Maybe I'll stand over here so the camera doesn't get my back. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Happy belated National Coming Out Day. Woo! We love to see it. Welcome to St. Brigid's. Welcome to your church. My name is Claire. My pronouns are they, them. You are most welcome here. We often go around and say our names and pronouns. You do not have to if you don't want to, but if you'd like to, we love to know one another. If you are trying out a new name, you just want to try it, we love that too. So like if you say a name that we haven't used for you before, that's totally cool. Just like share it with us. We'd love to hear it. So Claire, they, them. Diane Marie, she, her.
Vivian, she, her.
Leslie, and I'm sorry I don't manifest any more fabulously than this.
Yes, you do.
Oh, Karen, she, her. It's not a COVID cough, it's a random cough.
Okay.
Galena, they, them, she, her. And some people call me Rowan.
Some people do call you Rowan.
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 Oh, that's a nice name. My name is Tracy. I'm they, them, or she, her, if it makes me more comfortable. And some people call me T-Bird.
I'm Frankie, he, him, and you can also call me Kane because my first name in Chinese is Kane.
I'm Joe.
Joe.
He, him. Nice to meet you. I'm first time here.
Yay!
Mary Annette, and currently she, her. Like this, she, her.
And welcome to you, sister. We are so happy for the second time to welcome one of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence with us today for National Coming Out Day, or National, I've been calling it National Coming Out square bracket Sun Day. And we will learn, if you're like, what the heck is a Sister of Perpetual Indulgence? Well, it would be her. But also, we will learn more about that later in the service. We also have Jacob, he, him, and Jeffrey. Why do I keep calling you Jeffrey? You're not even anything like Jeffrey. You're Jeremy. Jeremy, I have to come up with a nickname. Oh, except I won't, because no one should give someone a nickname that they don't ask for. Jeremy, he, him, and Ben, they, them, on music today. We worship on unceded, ancestral, traditional, stolen Homathquim, Squahopmish, and Tsleil-Waututh land. We hope that our actions and our words acknowledge this and show appreciation for this and aim to follow the laws of this land as they were handed down from time immemorial and are kept still with respect and gratitude. Please make yourself comfortable when you are here. We have an art table. Our prayer time, which is often unstructured, will look a little bit different today. But if at any point in this service, if you're like me, you've got busy hands, please take your busy hands and make something. Or if you need to use the bathroom, there is an accessible all-gender washroom on the right-hand side, up the ramp, through the door to the right. That is there for you. If you want to come back here and have cookies and more things in the middle of something, it is all fine. Please take care of your body. God loves your body. Yes, yours. God came to us in a body. That means that all bodies are good. You should take care of your body. We often have a double bulletin. Today we just have one because we are not doing a Eucharist today so that we can do something special and different. So if you have one, great. If you don't have one, you can get them here. Does anybody need one? T-Bird needs one. Do you need one? And Frankie, I can give you one too, sister. I think that is all we need to know because all will be revealed. Oh, and of course, friends who join us online right now and maybe mystically in the future, going back and watching us, you are just as much a part of our circle as all those who are here in person, and we are thankful for you and your prayers if you are with us at home or in some other place watching us online. In this place, we move around. So we started here, but then we're going to walk in and up to the front there where you see the readings are kept. I'll just add that there's brochures also about the sisters here. I'll redirect you to that at the end. And when we do that, I often invite somebody to take this standard and like wave it around as we go in if you would like to do that. Would anybody like to do that? Yes, Rowan. It's longer than it looks. So all right. Boy, normally when we begin, we say, the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all and also with you. All right, we shall sing. We're just going to repeat the verse a couple times. Would you help us out, Ben? It's on the front. It's kind of small. Hopefully you can see it. We're the light of all the world. We are a city on a hill. We're a candle on a stand beneath a bushel anymore. Let's go up, and then we will be able to hear them better. We will not hide our lamp beneath a bushel anymore. We will shine a ray of hope that's burning bright. We are a rainbow, sign of covenant and peace, for the flood of tears will finally cease to be. Come shine your rainbow, splash your hues across the sky, paint the world in colors proud and bold and free. Paint the world in colors proud and bold and free. We got there in the end. If you turn to page 2, we have a collect for National Coming Out Day. Many of the liturgical resources today are from Proud Anglicans of Huron, which is a queer advocacy group in the diocese, the Anglican Diocese of Huron. We can read it together as we're comfortable. Loving God, we honor and celebrate National Coming Out Day. In this time of pride and celebration, help us to protect those who live in fear and who must remain in the closet. Let us work together to build a world where all of your children can live openly and proudly as you created them to be. Give us the open hearts to listen to the stories of your beloved children, the strength to continue to advocate for the rights of those in the queer and trans community, and the hope to see your world and children as you do, precious, loved, and created in your eyes. Amen. You may sit as you wish, and in this place, we choose someone to read from the gathered faithful. So anyone who would like to read, you may, if you are the kind of person who follows the assigned readings for the week, well, I changed them to better reflect Coming Out Day. So anyone who would like to read from the prophet Isaiah is welcome to come forward and do so. What do you think? Okay, Frankie, you're up. You can just read to that part.
Thus says the Lord, the Redeemer of Israel and his Holy One, to one deeply despised, abhorred by the nations, the slave of rulers. Kings shall see and stand up, princes, and they shall prostrate themselves because of the Lord who is faithful, the Holy One of Israel who has chosen you. Thus says the Lord, in a time of favor I have answered you. On a day of salvation I have helped you. I have kept you and given you as a covenant to the people, to establish the land, to apportion the desolate heritage. Say to the prisoners, come out, to those who are in darkness, show yourself. They shall feed along the ways, on all the bare heights shall be their pasture. They shall not hunger on thirst, neither scorching wind nor sun shall strike them down, for he who has pity on them will lead them, and by springs of water will guide them. Hear what the Spirit is saying to the churches.
Okay, we don't have a psalm today. We have a song that we can sing together. But who has seen Steven Universe? Yes. Okay, we got two. All right, this song comes from Steven Universe. So those who have heard it before can sing along, but those who are like, I will help us because it's really simple. So you'll notice that "We Deserve to Shine" comes back. That goes, we deserve to shine. And sometimes, we deserve to shine. So here, you can sing it back to me. We deserve to shine. Or, we deserve to shine. It was hard to choose a song for this, but this was the one that we did at Wild Gender, which was, I think they're going to offer it again, but when we did it, it was a pilot offering. And I was there with Galena, and it was wonderful. It was an offering of the Queerest and Dearest program out of Salal and Cedar, and we learned this song, and I went and heard the whole thing, and I was like, oh, it's so good. So we'll do it together. So I won't teach the whole thing to you, but maybe we'll do it through twice. And the tune is really, really easy. It just kind of goes, do 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 do, do 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 do. We deserve to shine. Do 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 do, do 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 do. We deserve to shine. So I'll sing it through, and then we can all sing it together. I'm sure that you'll pick it up. And even if you don't, it's okay. Sometimes someone else sings, and you just like lean into their singing and let them sing for you. That's how Anglicanism works in general, too. So, we're small, but we're strong. We're cool, but we're kind. And we deserve to shine. We're gritty and tough. We're smooth and refined, and we deserve to shine. We'll figure it out. There's plenty of time for everybody and every mind and every facet to finally find that we deserve to shine. We deserve to shine. Let's do it again. We're small, but we're strong. We're cool, but we're kind. And we deserve to shine. We're gritty and tough. We're smooth and refined, and we deserve to shine. We'll figure it out. There's plenty of time for everybody and every mind and every facet to finally find that we deserve to shine. 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 Good work. I knew you could do it. Who will read the gospel for us? Sounds good, Diane. Come here. I'll show you where we start.
The Lord be with you. And also with you. The Holy Gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ according to John.
Glory to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
After saying this, Jesus told the disciples, "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'm going there to awaken him." When Jesus arrived, he found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Then Jesus, again greatly disturbed, came to the tomb. It was a cave, and a stone was lying against it. Jesus said, "Take away the stone." Martha, the sister of the dead man, said to him, "Lord, already there is a stench because he has been dead for 4 days." Jesus said to her, "Did I not tell you that if you believed, you would see the glory of God?" So they took away the stone, and Jesus looked upward and said, "Father, I thank you for having heard me. I knew that you always hear me, but I have said this for the sake of the crowd standing here, so that they may believe that you sent me." When he had said this, he cried out with a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out." The dead man came out, his hands and feet bound with strips of cloth, and his face wrapped in a cloth. Jesus said to them, "Unbind him and let him go." The Gospel of Christ.
Praise to you. Thank you, Diane. I know it might make you want to giggle a little to hear Lazarus come out and be like, "Oh, I see what you did there, Claire." I find it really emotional, actually. I have this memory of being at another Queerest and Dearest event, and we did this for one another. It was an exercise we did. They would pair us off, and we were supposed to look at each other and say, "So-and-so, come out," and then say, "Unbind them and let them go," and use the correct pronouns. And it was like one of the first times that I was really like being a little bit more public about my pronouns. And so, of course, the person that was with me said, "Unbind them and let them go." And I was just like, like it was so messy. But like now every time I hear that, it's already emotional because there's something about life coming out after somebody says, "Lord, there's a stench because he's been dead 4 days." And Jesus says, "Don't worry about it." Like, who cares? He's coming out. You don't have to believe. I'm doing this so that you can see that I am calling this person out. And I am telling you to take all of the bandages off and let them be like this. And boy, are there people that embody that, and the sisters do that for us, and we're so thankful for their presence. Again, if you're very curious about what it is that they are and do, we are so happy to welcome Sister Mary Annette with us, and I would love to invite her to come up and tell us some stories about the sisters and our local abbey.
If I touch this, it's going to feedback, isn't it? I don't like to. Wonderful.
You are taller than me, though.
Am I? I hadn't noticed. Sorry, I happen to be a bit of a sarcastic person. You may or may not be able to pick up on the subtleties of this. I do want to start off with a blessing to everyone here. See, feedback, I'm hearing it. Anyway, my name is Sister Mary Annette. I'm a part of the Vancouver Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, and I will give a bit more information about us after this, but I do want to open with a blessing. By the wings of the fairies, may you find strength in your unique colors. May your hearts beat in harmony with the rhythm of the earth. With each step you take, let the magic of acceptance and love surround you, as the fairies guide you with their light through every shade of the rainbow. May you dance to your own tune, fearless and proud, embracing the power of your identity and the beauty of diversity. Let your presence shine like a beacon, illuminating the path for others as you join hands with the kindred spirits, weaving a tapestry of unity. In the realm of the fairies, you are cherished, you are celebrated for there we go, sorry. For in authenticity, you radiate the essence of pure magic. Go forth with love and joy as your guides, and pride as your armor, for you are the living embodiment of a fairy's vibrant dream. So, just wanted to open that. And now where do I go? That's always the challenge. Yes, as I said, my name is Sister Mary Annette. The Vancouver Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence is part of a worldwide organization, put that down now, called the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, and we are queer identified nuns. Our focus is the LGBTQIA+ community, as well as all people who happen to be downtrodden or just a minority status. We love to do what we can. Legally speaking, we're a registered nonprofit society and charity, and our main focus is we go and either fundraise ourselves or we help other organizations fundraise, and then we go forward and donate any money that we raise back out to the community. We like to focus in Vancouver on youth and homelessness, in addition to just general queer-focused things, because always needs a little bit of a helping hand. We do everything that we can. We love to look ridiculous while we're doing so, because this is my own personal anecdote. If I can look this ridiculous and everyone's reaction to me is just comfort and acceptance and everything, what's stopping you? Not in any sort of pressure thing, but if I'm this ridiculous and people just look at me on the street and then go back to their day, be ridiculous yourself. Embrace your own ability to be ludicrous and wonderful and spectacular and as vibrant as you can, because you need to let your light shine. The world is a dark and terrible place only when we stop shining. And so you just need to make sure every day, be ridiculous, be absolutely wonderful and ludicrous, and spread your joy as far as you can. And that to me is why I'm a sister, because I was just out at a bar and I got taken to a Little Mermaid sing-along that the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence were doing at Junction, of all places. And I was just sitting there on the table being like, who are these creatures? What are they? They look so ridiculous. Oh, I kind of like this. And so then I ended up finding more about them. And I came to the sisters. I worked through all of the things, and doing math in my head, 9 years. That's about 9 years ago. So that's kind of my way to come here. From an organizational standpoint, we have been active in Vancouver. And there was, many years ago, a group of sisters that had moved from San Francisco, which is where the worldwide organization had started. And they had moved up here, or just were visiting and found other people. And they were just going out. And then Toronto also had a group that was active 20, 30 years ago. For those who don't know, I kind of forgot worldwide stuff. The sisters as an entity kind of emerged into the world an Easter Sunday in 79, 73. Numbers, they're made up. Let's just go on. So as an entity, sisters have existed for long, and there was so much focus on giving back to the community as much as possible. HIV/AIDS, the sisters were some of the first people that would go to the hospitals when there was people who were dying of AIDS. And the sisters had no qualms, they had no fear of going to these people and just giving them the space to have company when everyone else had given up on them. And so that entire spirit and embodiment is what the sisters are. All we want to do is just spread as much love, joy, and warmth to every single person that we come across. Just because we focus in one area doesn't mean that we are blind to everything else. But we kind of need to shine a spotlight on as many things. So, yeah, that's my spiel. We want to, if people have questions, is that a thing we can do? Yes. Cool.
Questions for Sister Mary? Mary A.
A question?
Yeah.
Because you're using sort of what's usually associated with sort of religious monastic life, is there a contemplative or rule of life or something along those lines that you guys do? Like,
It's
do you get
all-
together and meditate, or do you get together and do drag shows? I don't know.
It does vary. So because being a sister is such a personal experience, which is interesting when you're talking about something that happens to also be an organization. So we do have collective values, and there are sisters who mainly focus on purely, for lack of a better term, secular type things. Like they focus on the community aspect. But it is just, everything is what you make of it. So the sisters have a tendency to collect individuals that are able to synchronize and have at least similarities in personality that we get along, not effortlessly, because every group is like that. Yeah, because we're human. But in addition to the activism, the outreach, the fundraising, we do have a focus on just our internal selves and trying to take care of each other. Like yes, because we are a registered nonprofit and stuff, we have monthly meetings. But once we're done the business portion, we will just sit and spend time with each other and just be with each other, because we are all sisters and paladins, because we have other things, but we are all sisters and ministrants and everything together. So we try to embody as much of, yes, like using sister and religious iconography-esque things and themes, but we just embody those values in the ways that we most are comfortable with and are able to then give back as much as we can.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you have sisters from all different faiths and no faith, right? Like you're an expansive group of...
Yeah, our membership includes people, all gender identities are gender, that's a new word. All identities are welcome, because it's just a focus on giving back to the community. So we have a process of going through, and you have to do specific things. You have to give back and be recognized by in and out of the organization. And thread, gimme thread. Lost it. There we go, got it again. So we do have people, all gender identities, all sexual orientations, all faith backgrounds of some or none, everything, because the unique identity that a person has to themselves is such a good way that we can then embolden them to be able to make the change in the community that they hope and wish that they can. And so being able to leverage everyone else's differences and the different ways that they come is such a very specific thing. Because even myself, like when I first joined the Sisters, I had only interacted with cis gay males. And then meeting sisters who were lesbian identified, femme, non-binary, all of these things. And I personally got to expand so much of my own view of the world just by the other people that I am standing beside going, tickets, do you want to buy some tickets? So such a wonderful, vast, and this diverse group that we have, and it is nothing but a strength for us. More questions. I like answering questions. I also like not answering questions because that means that I might get to escape.
Do you have an event or something coming up that we could...
How can we support you?
So the best way to support right now, like we have a website, yvrsisters.ca, and that's the easiest place to get a glimpse at what we have coming up. There's a little bit quiet right now. We are trying to get some stuff in the works for just ourselves as opposed to events that we are attending and going. So our website, our Facebook, things like that are a really good way to just keep an eye on us, communicate everything. So that is the easiest way. And supporting, I mean, money is always a good way to support. But again, I will say, all the money that we get, we do like to give out. Mm-hmm. So if you want to support us, that is absolutely wonderful and spectacular. And just know that any money that gets donated to us will go out to the community. But at the same time, if you want to support us, you can also take that energy and do it to other places that might be more directly keyed to you. So I fully support a giving spirit, and it doesn't have to be us, but if it is us, we'll make sure that it goes to a wonderful and affirming place. So, keep feeding me everything. I'm good at ad-libbing, but I'm not good at being planned and knowing where to go next, so.
What is the significance of your pet garment?
So I'm getting back close to this, every single Abbey, because we even refer to each group of the sisters as the Abbey, because again, we are sisters, we identify as queer nuns. So we are the Abbey of the Long Cedar Canoe. And every Abbey then designs and gets their own wimple that is supposed to embody the local community as best as it can. And if you kind of boil down, a lot of Vancouver and the general area is kind of pointy. We have I'm trying to always remember the name, the Two Sisters, I think is the appropriate name of the mountains.
The colonial name is the Lions.
Yes.
The two mountains.
The Lions, but the Two Sisters, kind of two things. Crescent Moon, because we do enjoy kind of the more spiritual aspect of moon for some of our founding members, as well BC Place. If you think, and all of our, like the amount of bridges that we have around here, if you kind of boil it down, Vancouver, pointy. So it just kind of fits for us. And then we also, we have the veils. I only have one because I'm cheating today. But generally we actually have two veils that we use to try and signify another made-up word. Our inner and outer journeys. And the pins are all ways that we are able to give our own personal touches to the world So if you take a look and see, and feel free to examine, like, I'm a spectacle. I am here to be viewed. I am here to just show things. And if you can get even a bit of my unique personality and identity from my wimple, which is even what we refer to it, then I have succeeded in doing its purpose.
I think I can't remember if it was Sister Brianna or Sister Mary J. had said that there was one abbey where the wimple looked like a KFC bucket.
Probably, I can't, there's so
One of the
many.
American ones.
The Orlando sisters have one that is kind of like this, and then kind of has two round things on the side. I wonder where they could have gotten that one from. And there's, trying to remember, like Texas, the Houston, I think, is cowboy hat. So they do have a tendency to be a little more keyed to their local area. Yeah, there's, I think it's on the San Francisco house is what's referred to generally as the mother house. They actually have on them, unless it has gone, a picture of all of the wimples of the world.
Wow.
And so you can actually see the different styles. They have been boiled down to kind of a general thing. So ours, like, I have this giant stuffed animal on my head, but we encourage all of our members who are sister identified, and I'll get into that now shortly because I can't leave a thread. But it is just to be curved, 2 points, white, things along those lines. One of our other sisters, Sister Baradol, has this wonderful wimple that they have constructed, and it is paper lantern-esque. Mm-hmm. They have both just a tiny one and also a bigger one that has a frame and papering over top of it and lights inside. And so it it glows and is wonderful. I think they used that, I'm going to get this wrong and they're going to laugh at me, for the Vancouver Film Festival. Because for a couple of years, we have previously held lanterns and walked people down the streets to get to the film festival. And so I'm pretty sure they made it for that. Because carrying a lantern, wearing a lantern. It just seems to make sense. I will tie that thread that I had started now. So in our organization, we have a couple of different paths, or what we refer to. I am on what we call the ministrant path, which is being a sister. It is the more activism, outward focused, the more interacting. And then we also have another primary path that is referred to as the guard path or the paladin path. And they are people who are more behind the scenes. They are the ones that are making sure that no one is getting too confrontational with us. So they're guards, they're paladins. They're the ones that try to do everything they can to make sure that the sisters' work goes as smoothly and as comfortably as possible for them. So that's kind of the two ways that we have. So sisters and paladins.
Do paladins also have the hats? They just like
No, paladins have a different encouraged appearance sets that they have. So it's a little bit more, I don't want to use the word because it's kind of, so they try to, dress in something that is a lot more, militaristic is the only word that's coming, and it's terrible. But it's more uniform, and it has echoes of more the gay male leather community. So because while the sisters accept and encourage people of all walks and identities to come with us, it is okay to acknowledge that it was primarily started by cis gay men, and so there are a lot of components of the sisters that echo that. It's why the feminine drag, like the drag nun, is a bigger component of it, and the guards, at least especially Vancouver, having more gay male focused things. So encouraged to be leather vests. They wear like a metal ring of a certain size from a necklace that they will have, and encouraged to have like a wedge cap or something more akin to that.
And there's also makeup, I think, right?
They are able to, based on progression level,
Right.
but they are not, no one is required to. But I am not doing a full white face today because my skin will hate me for it, and I don't want to deal with that. So it's all personal expression. And sisters will generally do like a white face and whatever accoutrements. And paladins have the ability, just as a sign of their level, their profession status, they sometimes will do half faces or just like white areas and do that. So just still having something manifesting. But our paladins are not generally manifesting because their focus is not to be the more outward front facing. They are the sidelines. But again, making sure that is not the be all and end all. Just general specifics, not rules. So. Yes, a person of any gender can be a paladin, and the pronouns that they use are theirs, their own. We have sisters who use they, them pronouns. We have paladins who use she, her, he, him, or no gender at all, because it is, again, the uniqueness of yourself that you bring to this sisters is your and the organization's strength. So it's so easy to just encourage people. If you are the truest you that you can be, you are the most effective you that you can be. So.
That's such a great place to draw us into the next part, I think.
Wonderful.
We want to thank you so much, Sister Mary A., for being with us, and to thank you for that beautiful blessing, which I know has been shared with us. And just like, I love connecting it to St. Brigid, who was from Ireland and who would have been familiar with the fairy faith, and I like to think that she is just thrilled that we get this blessing that incorporates the fairies. It's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yay. All right. What we're going to do now is, again, a little bit different from what we do before. So normally now what we would do is we would have some prayer time and then we would have the Eucharist. We will not have a Eucharist today, but we will have something like a prayer time. But it'll be a little bit more involved than what we usually do. So I'm going to encourage you to come and join me around the altar. Make sure you bring your bulletin because we will have words to use. All right. So I saw that, please, if you wish, come. I saw that the proud Anglicans of Huron also had a set of Beatitudes. Blessed are yous, for people who have come out, for people who are not ready to come out. There are many reasons why people might not be ready to come out yet. It's not safe for all of us. I feel like this has been kind of a thing that we've been thinking about more. When I was a baby queer, I remember the rhetoric was, you have to be out. You have to be out to show everybody who we are and to stand strong. And I mean, I do believe that, kind of, but I feel like also we're beginning to understand that it's not always safe to be out. And sometimes it's safe to be out in one place, but not everywhere. And all of us have to figure out on our own, and with people that love us, but really it's us alone that understands the deepest nuances of when it's okay to be out. So those who are newly out, those who are not quite out, or maybe they're out here but nowhere else, all of us are welcome. And I was like, well, I don't want us to just read these Beatitudes because that sounds kind of boring. So I absolutely went on YouTube and looked up grade 3 level crafts and found a woven paper craft. So I made a little sister with which we can weave some pieces of paper and give her a beautiful checkerboard pattern. Sister Mary A., I said to Sister Mary, what is her name? I couldn't think of a name. Sister Mary was like, oh, she's Sister Flat White. And I was like, yes, yes, she is. It's perfect. So I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 Beatitudes, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of paper. And I did measure them, so they should all fit on her. So I'm the only one that has a microphone, it occurs to me, but that's okay. We know. So I invite. What I'd love to do is invite one person. I mean, maybe we can go around the circle and just read them. That might be nice. And then either someone can come and weave the paper in, or I can weave the paper in, and you can all, each one of you, if you like, can read one of these Beatitudes, and we'll just go around until we've read them all. What do you think? Does that make the most sense? All right, let's do that. All right. Whenever you're ready, we don't even have to go in a circle. They can just arise like popcorn style. And as you do, I'll weave in the paper for each blessing for us. So go nuts, do it.
Blessed are you who are out, whose sexuality and gender shine for all the world to see. For you bless the world with light and living color.
Blessed are you whose sexuality and gender are held as precious gems close to your heart, for your life and love are blessed by the one who made you.
Blessed are you who are just coming to know new things about yourself, for in you God is still being revealed, and so much is yet to come.
Blessed are you who are waiting for the right moment, who are feeling lost or lack of support, for no closer door can separate you from the one who made you and loves you. Blessed are you who are bi, pan, ace, or arrow, or whose sexuality or gender is not seen or recognized. Oh, blessed. For your Creator knows your truth and is so proud of you.
Blessed are you whose journey has been rough, and who has not always been affirmed and cherished. For your strength testifies to God's good creation, and you will find ease.
Blessed are you, whose journey has been smooth, whose community has welcomed your truth, for your life is a love song to your clear ancestors who made the way.
And blessed is God who makes their children in gorgeous difference. The world is blessed by multiple ways to live.
This is so silly. I did her like in front of the computer trying to do 6 other things, and I'm looking at her and I just want to cry. Thank you, everybody. I love the work of this group because there's just one for all of us in here. I'm one of the lucky ones because for the most part my journey was smooth, and sometimes it feels like there's no space for those of us that didn't have to fight in the same way for a space in the church. And sometimes I feel like I don't deserve to be a part of that group because I didn't experience the same thing. But I do want everybody to know that because I experienced that, I know that there is a place for all of you in this place. And you might not feel like it quite belongs to you yet in the whole church, but there is a place, and they can never take that away from you, ever, because we understand and manifest the divine in a way that's wholly our own, no matter who we are. But I believe that queer and trans people have a very unique witness, and who knows how it will be manifested in the future, but it will always be present, and it will always continue, no matter how much they try to make us hide when we're here. You don't have to, and you don't have to here. This is our space. Thank you. And thank you, Sister Flat White. And so I invite us to sing the St. Brigid Pride Blessing together, and then we will come to the end of our time. Blessing, peace, and love on all who have found your way here. Those sanctuary sounds like another broken promise to those who have hoped to build a home, to those who trod a weary road, to those who long for respite on your journey, to those who were cast out as sinners by sinners, because of who you love, because of how you love them, because the truth of your gender, the truth of your soul, the truth of your love, are truths that you live. Know that you are seen, you are known, you are loved for who you are, and as you are, and as you are now. Blessing, peace, and love on all who have found your way here, where sanctuary here in our home is freely given. To those who have found the love of God, to those who fear they never will, to those who find God's endless love again. Though others tried to say it was not for them, because of who you love, because of how you love them, because the truth of your gender, the truth of your soul, the truth of your love, are truths that you live. Know that you are seen, you are known, you are loved for who you are, and as you are, and as you are now. Peace and love on all who have found your way here, where Send your grace and peace unto each of us, through God Creator Jesus Christ. While the Spirit dances and celebrates all we are as God validates. Ooh, we love, how we love them, because the truth of our genders, the truth of our souls, the truth of our loves, are truths that we live, know that we are seen, we are known, we are loved for who we are, and as we are, and as we are now. Blessing, peace, and love. Announcements. Thank you, Sister Mary. We're so just happy to have you here. And send prayers to Sister Brianna Ritz-Cracker and Sister Mary J. Wana. They were hoping to be here today, but they could not make it, so just hold them in love and light. And also, please hold Sister Diversity Reigns in your prayers. She unfortunately has COVID, and no one likes that because it's awful, so please hold her up in love as well. Hopefully, she will be back to her mischief as soon as possible. Inshallah. Next week, we will have our signpost meeting. It will happen right after the service. You can just wander right down to the park room. If you're like, I don't know where that is, don't worry, someone will help you get there. But you basically go down and then turn around and go like right to the end. It's a nice little room. I will bring food. You can bring food if you like. If it's just for you, you can bring whatever. If you want to bring something to share, unfortunately, the rules for our kitchen, which is a food-safe, food-grade kitchen, please only bring something that is packaged and from a store. It stinks, but those are the rules now that we have to follow. But that's welcome if you would like, but we will have food, so don't worry about that. All are welcome if you haven't been here before, if you've been here quite a few times, if you've been here once or twice, you can still come. We value your voice. It is important. Yes, Galina.
If people usually participate online, or if somebody from the community is going to be away on that weekend, is there any way for those of us to participate?
Good question. I will send out some emails asking folks to bring any questions or things they would like to raise, but I will look into maybe doing a hybrid thing. It might not be super like high tech. It might be a laptop and a microphone, but better than nothing, right? So we can figure that out. We might even be able to bring one of the projectors down there. It's possible. We'll see. Let me look into that. Thank you. Because we, of course, want our friends who are not here in person to be with us. Let's see, and then October 29th, we will have Lauren with us again. She will tell us a special godly play story in honor of the Triduum of Halloween, All Saints, All Souls. If you want to contribute something to our ancestors' altar, which includes transcestors, by the way, that was the other part that I loved the best about that retreat, please bring photos, tchotchkes, animal bones, like all kinds of things for our ancestors' altar on October 29th. We technically are observing All Saints on November 5th, but there will be an evensong that day, so I just didn't want us to have to worry about timing. So we'll kind of do Halloween type stuff on October 29th. We can still observe the more formal Feast of All Saints on the 5th. If you'd like to come in costume, I'm not going to stop you. Please do. That would be like delightful and lovely.
Which day can we come in costume?
I mean, you can always come in costume, but like if you'd like to come on October 29th in costume, like that's wonderful. We love to see it. I think for now that is what's most important. You can find out all kinds of other things on our website. If you want to know anything more or have a coffee with me, send me an email and subscribe to our newsletter. We love to see it. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go back out. We're being called. We're being called to go back out into the world as fully us. Unfortunately, there's no opting out of that. I mean, there is, but why would you? Why not just, I mean, you know, if we're just going to be out there, we might as well be out there fabulously and 100% big. So Let's sing. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Go in peace to love and serve God in all places and all peoples.